guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Claire, this is the Wanderless Way, and today we are in North Yorkshire at Eden Camp, which is a World War II living history museum. World War II is obviously the 1940s, and so the whole thing is themed in that way. What they've done is they've got lots of little bunkers, because this used to be a prisoner of war camp, and they've renovated each one so that you walk through the war in timeline order. So let's go and check it out. Today I'll be taking you on an immersive journey back to the 1940s. From the rise of Hitler to the home front, we're going to explore the crucial moments of the war and how it affected everyday people. So grab your gear, because we're stepping into history. So we've picked up a guide and it's got a map, so you can see there's quite a big, looks like there's quite a lot to this camp. So we're going to start off here, obviously, because it says start here, and we're going to work our way through each of the huts, starting with the rise of Hitler and then go all the way through. Eden Camp isn't your average museum, it's a living history experience. Located just outside Malton, North Yorkshire, this place was once an actual prisoner of war camp during the war. Now it's a unique museum, and in this video we'll cover everything from wartime evacuations to daring escapes. So let's dive straight in. Our journey begins with one of the darkest periods in modern history, the rise of Adolf Hitler. As you walk through this section, you'll see how a disillusioned Germany, still recovering from World War I, became fertile ground for Hitler's propaganda. His rise to power in 1933 was swift, and before long his regime had set Europe on a collision course for war. Within just 6 years, the world was plunged into the deadliest conflict in human history. But as we'll see, not all battles were fought on the front lines. The Home Guard. Remember Dad's army? Well, the Home Guard was real, and they played a crucial role on the home front. These brave men, often too old or young to join the regular army, were tasked with defending Britain with an imminent invasion. With limited training and outdated weapons, the Home Guard was made up of everyday heroes, shopkeepers, farmers and factory workers. Their mission? To stand between Britain and the Nazi threat, and they were ready, no matter the odds. Eden Camp reminds us that wartime Britain wasn't just about soldiers and battles. It was about ordinary people coming together to support the war effort. In this section, Eden Camp shows us how civilians faced food shortages, blackouts and air raids. Rationing was strict. Everything from meat to soap was in short supply. Can you imagine living like this? This is where you truly see the resilience of the British people during the war. Life wasn't easy, but they made it work. One of the most emotional parts of World War II was the evacuation of children. Around 3.5 million were evacuated from cities to the countryside to escape the bombings. Imagine being a child, leaving your parents behind, unsure when or if you would see them again. These were tough decisions for parents and a tough reality for children. As you explore the section, you'll hear real-life stories from evacuees themselves, bringing history to life in a truly moving way. Blitz was Germany's relentless bombing campaign over Britain and was one of the most terrifying aspects of the war for civilians. From September 1940 to May 1941, London and other major cities were under constant attack, with bombs raining down almost every night. During the Blitz, the London Underground became a vital refuge for thousands of civilians seeking shelter from the relentless bombing raids. Families, friends and complete strangers gathered closely on the platforms, sometimes for hours on end, as the air raid sirens blared above ground. People brought blankets, pillows and whatever they could carry to make the cold, dimly lit tunnels feel a little more like home. Children played games to pass the time, while others tried to sleep through the distant sounds of explosions. It wasn't just a place to hide, it became a symbol of resilience and community in the face of unimaginable danger. Families huddled together in makeshift shelters, listening to the wail of air raid sirens and the thunder of bombs falling. The Blitz wasn't just a military assault, it was psychological warfare, but the British spirit never broke. Here at Eden Camp, the Blitz exhibit transports you to that time. You can experience what it was like to take cover in an Anderson shelter, or feel the fear and resilience of those living through nightly bombings.
For use on the bomb itself. When using the jet pump at
Despite this devastation, the British people refused to give in. Prime Minister Winston Churchill famously declared, "Keep calm and carry on." And that is exactly what they did. From school children to shopkeepers, everyone played their part in keeping the country running during one of its darkest hours.
At 65 double strokes, 35 for the spray, keep low to attack the fire. There's less heat and smoke. The Browns at home. Suddenly, the alarm. Enemy aircraft are here.
The Blitz may have caused unimaginable destruction, but it also united the nation in defiance. This section of Eden Camp is a powerful reminder of the courage and determination of those who endured this nightmare. Hi, who's in there? What's in there? Somebody on the toilet! This is the one I've been looking forward to. This is Women at War. While the men were fighting overseas, women were stepping up in ways they never had before. From working in factories to serving as air raid wardens, women played an essential role in Britain's survival. The Women's Land Army, often called the Land Girls, kept Britain fed by working the farms. It was tough, gritty work, but these women were up to the task. These hard-working women cultivated vegetables like potatoes, carrots, cabbages and parsnips, staples in the wartime diet. They also grew peas, onions and leeks, ensuring a steady supply of nutritious food. Beyond vegetables, the Land Army produced wheat, barley and other grains to support bread and cereal production. With imported food in short supply due to enemy blockades, their efforts helped maintain the nation's food supply. It wasn't glamorous, but it was vital, and the war would have been lost without them. Eden Camp itself was a prisoner of war camp, holding Italian and German soldiers. Life in these camps was tough, but Eden Camp tells the story from both sides, captors and captives. Here you can see where the prisoners of war slept, ate, and even how they entertained themselves during the war. Despite the harsh conditions, there were moments of humanity between the guards and prisoners at these types of prisoner of war camps, and as we'll see later, there were also some incredible escape attempts. On Save It Street, you'll learn how nothing went to waste during the war. People recycled, reused and conserved everything they could. Clothing, metal, even food scraps. The famous Dig for Victory campaign encouraged everyone to grow their own food in any available space, from gardens to bomb craters. It's just another testament to the incredible resourcefulness of the British people during this challenging time. And now for one of the most famous stories of the war, the Great Escape. Eden Camp's exhibit shows you how Allied prisoner of wars dug tunnels under their camps, creating elaborate plans to break free. It was dangerous work, with many prisoners being caught and executed. Have you seen the 1963 movie The Great Escape, starring Steve McQueen? Well, the exhibit here in the museum shows that escape in great detail. It also reminds us that sadly, after the escape from Stalag Luft 3, Hitler ordered the execution of 50 recaptured prisoners. The men were taken individually or in pairs and shot in the back of the head. The courage and determination of these men is legendary, and while the escape itself didn't go exactly as planned, their bravery inspired millions. Take a step outside and you'll find an incredible collection of World War II vehicles. These aren't just static displays, they're the real deal. From the rugged jeeps to the heavy-duty tanks, these machines played a huge role in the Allied victory. Each one tells a story of innovation, engineering, and the tough terrain they helped conquer. Personal stories are very much at the heart of Eden Camp, and the Forces Tribute Hut shares and celebrates the unsung heroes of the war effort. You'll also find a chapel of remembrance, a peaceful tribute to the millions who lost their lives during this war. It really is a sobering reminder of the human cost of conflict, and a moment to reflect on the sacrifices made for our freedom. That brings us to the end of our tour of Eden Camp, but there's so much more to see. Whether you're a history buff or just curious about how the war shaped the world we live in today, Eden Camp offers a truly immersive experience. If you want to visit, it is located in Malton, North Yorkshire, just off the A64, and tickets are affordable with family packages available. Adults can enter for around £15 when booked online in advance, and children over 5 are 14. And there are lots of discounts for veterans, and there's an annual pass you can get as well. Be sure to wear comfortable shoes though, there is a lot to explore. My top tip would be that if you want to avoid the crowds, try visiting during the week and not during the summer holidays. And don't miss Winston's Cafe for some great wartime inspired snacks. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through Eden Camp. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more historical adventures. Until next time, keep wandering. So that's it, that is Eden Camp. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to come back, there's quite a lot to read. We didn't really get time to do it all. So I would like to come back, which means it's a thumbs up from me. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day, bye.